Well, some shocking news from the U.S. Geological Survey.
New research revealing that 75% of the U.S. could get hit by a damaging earthquake, including New York City. Fox 5's Sharon Crowley has been talking to experts to see how worried we should be and joins us live in studio with more. Sharon?
Yeah, that's right, Natasha. The tricky part is scientists can't predict when an earthquake will happen here on the East Coast. It could be another 100 years or more, or not. This new study does provide valuable information, though, that can be used to make the buildings we do live in safer.
I think everyone needs to keep in mind that there will always be the next earthquake.
U.S. Geological Survey scientists releasing a new national seismic hazard model showing 75% of us could face some impact from an earthquake in the future. The color-coded map puts California in the red, indicating it's the place most likely to experience damaging earthquakes. 30 years ago this month, a devastating, deadly 6.7 magnitude known as the Northridge earthquake hit Southern California. The latest map shows many new fault lines, including some running under East Coast cities like Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, New York, and Boston. William Mankey is a geologist and seismologist at Columbia.
Here in the East Coast, it's harder to tell. Could be 100 years, but there will be one of substantial size eventually. We ought to be prepared for it.
Just after the new year, a small earthquake was felt by people living on Roosevelt Island. It turned out to be a magnitude 1.7 earthquake with an epicenter in Astoria, Queens.
I feel the three big bombs.
All of a sudden, it felt like an explosion, like the room sort of moved, so the walls felt like something like vibrated.
Information in this updated map will be especially useful to builders, especially for establishing new building codes for safer structures in the event of an earthquake.
Most people, if you say earthquake and earthquake risk, they think it's all in California, and it's not in California. That's what this study showed. It's a national issue, even in places like New York City and the East Coast.
So one more thing to keep in mind, while this study shows more fault lines, that does not necessarily increase the probability of an earthquake happening. The study does, though, provide more data and information aimed at saving lives when an earthquake happens. Steve, it's going to happen, we just don't know when.
Yeah, I'm unsettled. All right, thanks, Sharon. Well, public hearing is delayed.